Ospina. I'm from Queens, New York. Anyone from New York City?
Yeah.
You don't sound too excited to be from New York City, and that's okay. I don't blame you sometimes. I'm from Queens. Anyone from Queens? Really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll talk after. That's really exciting. I'm Colombian American. So, really? Really? No way. Okay. Queens, Colombian American. I love soccer. Soccer is my passion, but that's thanks to my parents. My parents, I mean, everyone's gonna hear the same story. My parents made me into the person I am today, but they really did. And soccer is not cheap in New York City. It's not cheap in the United States, unfortunately. And somehow they were able to afford to have my brother and I participate in soccer clubs throughout our lives, throughout our adolescence. And that really shaped us into the men that we are today. I don't know how they managed to do it, but what I do remember is they didn't always have one job. They had at least 2 jobs at a time. My dad drove taxis. He put up neon signs in different venues. My mom now has her own esthetician business. She's a hustler, and that kind of motivated me to do the same thing. I'm sorry, I keep looking at Bailey, but you're right there with the camera. So. I founded Manhattan Football Club. Manhattan Football Club is a nonprofit soccer organization. I know there are a lot of football fans here, so I don't want to cause any friction between football and soccer. So I'm just going to say Manhattan Football Club, and I'm just going to say soccer for the rest of this presentation. Just so I call it soccer. I grew up here. We call it soccer. So, but Manhattan FC is the name of our club. So, sorry about that, guys. Go 49ers. Okay. Right? Is that who we're rooting for? I don't know. Yeah? San Francisco 49ers. Great. Okay.
Go Taylor's boyfriend.
Oh, Taylor Swift fans. Is that team? Is that the other team?
It's the other team. Chiefs. Travis Kelce.
So am I not gonna bet on the 49ers? You're here to listen about me. I don't know why you want to hear about my story, but Fun Play has definitely influenced our organization. Manhattan Football Club, as a nonprofit, we provide free youth soccer programming, after-school programming, community soccer programming to kids in New York City. Right now we're in 2 communities in Manhattan, Lower East Side and the Upper West Side. And now you hear Upper West Side, you're like, oh, a bunch of rich kids live over there. And it's like, well, not necessarily. Manhattan and New York City has its districts, and there are a lot of families that can really use what we're offering. We started off as a pickup soccer organization for adults because I lost my job to COVID, right? January 2020, I was really excited because I got my job as a substitute PE teacher in New York City. And I was in grad school at the time as well. So I'm over here thinking, I'm so excited. I'm in grad school, Queens College, one of the best institutions in the world, right? I don't know why we're laughing, but it's okay, it's a public school. And I got this job as a PE teacher, a substitute PE teacher, and I'm really excited. This is what I want to do for the rest of my life. Even though, we think of gym teachers as, as whatever we think of gym teachers. I just thought, you know what, I don't want to be that gym teacher. I want to be a phys ed teacher. So I'm excited. But then March hits, April, right? COVID. And I'm thinking, okay, well, we're just gonna go through this. They didn't teach me how to teach remotely. I'm gonna do it. So I'm teaching these kids Zumba from my living room. And the kids are moving around. Families are moving around. I see some parents in the background. I'm like, oh, shout out to Brian's dad. Look at Brian's dad in the background. I see you moving. Oh my God. Is that your sibling? Is that your little brother? No way. He's like 2 years old. How is he moving like that? Everyone's super excited. And I'm thinking, this is it. I'm gonna be a PE teacher in this school moving forward. And the principal says, hey, Danny, love the work that you're doing with our kids, but in September, we're gonna have to let you go. You're not gonna have a job. and it's because you're not fully certified yet, you're still in grad school, and that hit me, and I'm just like, I was so excited. I was here. You guys heard how excited I was to be a PE teacher, not a gym teacher. And I thought I was influencing these kids in the best way possible. I'm doing my job. This is gonna be my career. And then that happens. So I had no choice but to do something. And soccer being my passion, I saw what I dealt with growing up, playing pickup games, going to Manhattan from Queens. If anyone's familiar with New York City, 5 boroughs, a lot of the coolest spots to play were in Manhattan. I would have to take a bus to 2 trains to get to the west side of Manhattan to play in some of these really cool venues in hopes that there'd be space to play with my friends. And sometimes we found some space and we found some people to play with. And sometimes we were there and just completely taken by people with permits. We don't understand the concept of permits. Permits, how do you get permits? Like, we can't afford that. Like, that sounds like something that we're never gonna be able to attain. So I envy these clubs and these organizations that hosted these adult leagues, and I'm like, look at these guys, I'm like, what are they doing? They have the permit? Why do they have the permit? I'm sorry I'm pointing at you guys, it's not like, I'm just pointing somewhere, I'm sorry. But this Jared guy over here playing soccer, like what's going on? Like, well, what? That's not fair. We're here to play. I'm motivated. We're motivated. We came all this way to play. So with that thought in my mind, I said, okay, well, there might be a need for this. So when I created Manhattan Football Club, during a pandemic, while we're wearing masks, we're hosting pickup soccer games. At the same time, I'm privately training these youth players that needed my services. And at the time, I had to charge because I had no money at the time, because I put everything that I had into Manhattan Football Club. Also, we weren't sponsored by Nike, and we're not still sponsored by Nike, if anyone has any comments. But I invested in our aesthetic. I invested in our equipment. I invested in the people that needed to create Manhattan FC so that it can become something. And now we are a nonprofit organization as of 2023. So you guys are really excited about it. You guys, Unplay became a nonprofit. I was just as excited for the same reasons. We can fundraise, we do all sorts of things. But we didn't have like a platform that really allowed us to do the best job we could possibly do. We needed some sort of, I don't know, technology. And I remember as a soccer player in a co-ed soccer league, NYC footy, and someone here plays in NYC footy, right? You do too?
Yeah.
What? No way.
Yeah.
They use league apps. So I've used league apps through this organization as a player from that standpoint. And I said, that would be really cool if we had league apps too. I want league apps for Manhattan Football Club. That'd be great. So I do my research, I go online, and I don't know if I emailed someone or if I called someone. No, I think I emailed someone. They're like, yeah, we'll give you a call, whatever. I'm in touch with someone on the phone, and it's Maggie. Shout out to Maggie. Hey, Maggie! Maggie, it's not gonna sound too great at the beginning, but it's gonna.
It's all right. That's how they all go.
So Maggie goes, how much does your club generate? How much revenue do you guys create? I'm like, geez, lady, I can barely pay myself. So I'm not sure if that's the best answer, the best question to ask us, but regardless, she understood, oh, you guys are a nonprofit. You know what? Maybe you can't afford our services. We actually do have something going on where you can apply to this Fun Play Foundation that we have going on. I look into it, and shout out to Maggie for referring me to Fun Play Foundation. I applied, and I don't know why, but they said, we choose you too. I'm like, what? You choose us? We're such a small community. I felt like there's no way. What's going on? But then I get to meet Josephine. All right, shout out to Joseph. First of all, whoever hired her, good job. Right? Second, whoever gave her that promotion recently, great job. Well deserved. Well deserved. From my standpoint, earlier, I think it was Richard was talking about customer service, and I already felt immediately from just the conversations that I had with Maggie and Josephine that I felt like I was in another community, and that was super, super helpful. Then getting to meet Jared, shout out to Jared for all the work that he's been doing with Fun Play as well. And then obviously Bailey, right? Holding the phone in my face. They helped us not just have access to this platform of league apps, because just that alone would have been fine. That's all we needed, right? We just needed a platform. We couldn't afford it. I don't know how much you guys charge. Whatever. I don't want to know. I forgot how much it was, but you guys are here for a reason, so you must charge a good amount. And rightfully so. Right? You work hard for it. You should charge. It's a service. You charge for it, right? You have your competitors. They charge too, right? I'm not gonna name them. Not gonna name them. You guys are waiting for me to name them. But Fun Play is more than just access to the League Apps platform. It's helped us connect with other like-minded individuals, right? Like you heard the story of Malik, and you're gonna hear another story after mine, but it's nice to connect with other nonprofit organizations. I'm already learning from other nonprofits like South Bronx United that was mentioned earlier, and I'm in touch with other organizations through Fun Play. They provided me also with information that I'm just like, oh, I didn't even think about taxes. Geez, thanks for that email, Bailey. Now I gotta work on this, but they hold me accountable as a CEO of a nonprofit. So thanks to them, we're able to host our after-school programs in Manhattan. And in the school that I currently work at as a current full-time PE teacher. Yes, I'm still. Thank you. And now I have my master's, right? I'm certified to teach. I do that full time. But now I have this. That's a lot. So I have this connection with schools. I have this connection with soccer, with New York City. And now with the help of Fun Play and League Apps, the families that we get in our schools and in our communities are really benefiting from this. We're not using Google Sheets. We're not using Google Forms. We're not using Google this and Google that. Now everything is there, and that's been super helpful. I am looking forward to speaking to you guys about things. I think you guys are going to interview me about other things, and I'm more than happy to help in any way that I can. And just one more thing, like some of the families that we're working with are migrants that we have coming in from different countries, South America, Central America. And as a Colombian American, it's really special to be able to almost cater to some of these families. And the kids have nothing to do with what's going on. They're kids, they're here, they have a right to play, right? They have a right to play the sport that they grew up with in a new city. So I take a lot of pride in providing that to these families and other families that are native New Yorkers. So it's all possible with the work that we're doing, so we appreciate that, but we also appreciate the work that you guys are doing to support us in the work that we're doing. So with that, I'm just gonna say thank you.